You get a free moment during the day and your hand automatically reaches to your phone like an autopilot. It's so easy to get lost in scrolling, and without even realizing it, our brains get flooded with so much information that it quietly drains our energy and time. So, in today's video, I'm going to break down three simple habits that helped me finally cut down on screen time. And trust me, these small changes can make a big difference if you stick to them. So, let's get started. To understand how to break free from this habit, we must know the root cause. That means, why are we so addicted to scrolling? We start watching our screens for a few minutes and then we end up scrolling for hours. And here is my experience. I have a scrolling habit, particularly for Instagram and other shopping apps. Though I was aware of the thing that I should spend less time scrolling and scrolling is bad for us, I ended up wasting 1 to 2 hours scrolling Instagram feed. And I got to know this when I checked my screen time for the app. And it was in between 1 hour to 2 hours, though I wanted to spend less time there. And the same thing is applicable for the shopping apps. I wasted hours and hours scrolling there in search for the perfect product. Definitely, we all have this scrolling habit in today's digital world, and we get trapped in what is called the social media rabbit hole. To break free from this habit, we have to know the root cause and fix it from there. So first, let's talk about the science behind our scrolling behavior. Our scrolling behavior is because of the dopamine reward system. Now let me explain in brief what it is. When we get a reward, our brain makes us feel good because the feel good hormone dopamine gets released. And when the dopamine reward system gets activated, it tells our brain to repeat the action that gave the reward. When we use our phones, things like notifications, likes, and comments on our photos trigger dopamine release. These apps are so beautifully designed to make us feel happy and motivated, so we keep going back for even more. This is the whole science behind our scrolling behavior. And now let's get into the psychology behind it. I recently came across an article from Harvard Business Review, which clearly states three factors that influence this rabbit hole effect. It clearly says that consuming more media makes us more likely to continue. Number two, similar media increases the desire to watch related content. And number three, watching without interruptions makes us want to keep watching. So I hope you got the idea of the psychology and science behind our scrolling behavior, so that we can fix the root cause. Now, why should we even bother to get rid of our scrolling habit? Why should we reduce our screen time? So now let's get into the problem screen time causes. And here are some interesting global statistics on screen time. So, globally, the average screen time per day is 6 hours 40 minutes. That means people are using 2 days out of 7 days on screen. That means you are going to stare at screen for 3 months and 10 days every year if your screen time is around 6 hours and 40 minutes per day, and which means wasting 14 years in the next 50 years. If I assume that you are in your 20s and the average human lifespan is the 70s, in the rest of your lifetime, you are going to waste 14 years staring at screen. So no doubt, excessive screen time steals our energy and time that we could use on other things that matters to us the most. Not only that, excessive screen time can have negative impact on our health as well. Eye strain, sleep issue are the most common ones. So all in all, if I say about me, then excessive screen time didn't let me utilize my time properly and sacrifice the things that actually matters to me because of time shortage. We all have that 24 hours in a day, right? So how we are going to use it, that's a matter of choice. By reducing your screen time, not totally eliminating it, you could do something meaningful that actually adds some value to your life. For me, it could be talking to family and friends, spending time with my furry baby or community animals, enjoying a podcast, an audio story, or a TV show, doing crafts and paintings that I love doing. It could be anything that matters to you. We are in the digital world and we have to mindfully use it. The idea is we should be mindful on how we are using it. So here are the three simple habits that anybody anybody can do to reduce screen time. It has helped me reduce my screen time significantly and use the time intentionally in the areas where I want. So, first one is turn off your notifications. So, the first idea is turn off the notifications of the apps, especially the ones that trigger the scrolling behavior. Now, why it works? It works because of the dopamine reward system that I talked about earlier in this video. It stops the temptation of checking the app again and again. Try this out, especially for the apps that are most distracting, sends lots of notifications and triggers your scrolling behavior. I have been practicing this habit for long. I have done this for apps like WhatsApp, Instagram, and other shopping apps that send me a lot of notifications and are most distracting to me and which trigger my scrolling behavior. And this simple habit saved my time that I wasted checking notifications and eventually scrolling for even more. And this also allowed me to use the apps when I want, not when the apps want me to use them. So definitely this helped me gain more control of my digital habits. Habit number 2 is setting a timer for the apps. So here the idea is setting time limits for the apps so that you can't mindlessly scroll on the apps. Think how much time you want to spend on the app intentionally and set that time limit for the app. This is so simple yet very powerful. It worked great for me. If your screen time is really huge, then cutting down drastically won't help you because it won't be sustainable. By the urge of using the app even more, you will put off the limit. So to make it a sustainable habit, cut down slowly. Just start reducing your screen time by 5 minutes and stick to it for a week or so, and then again reduce it by another 5 minutes. This way, you can make this habit sustainable. This hack is especially great for the apps where we have a mindless scrolling tendency. For example, Instagram, where I have this mindless scrolling habit and I don't have the idea of how much time I spend there. So this simple hack helped me cut my screen time, gave me a sense of control over my phone usage, and it became more intentional choice rather than being compulsive. And habit number 3 is schedule screen-free time. Again, this is a really easy and powerful way to cut your screen time and truly enjoy your life. Your screen-free time need not to be boring. Do what you enjoy doing. During this time, you can do what matters to you the most. It could be anything like study, family time, or work. Even it could be the activities that you love doing so that your screen-free hours doesn't feel boring. And here are some activities that I love doing in my screen-free hours, like music, painting, calling a friend, playing with my furry baby, spending time with community animals, having a solo walk, taking care of plants, and the list goes on and on because it could be anything, whatever makes you feel happy. And the simplest way to do this is scheduling your screen-free time block in your calendar to make it actually happen and to make it a habit. This simple habit helped me feel self-satisfactory and made me use my time in more fulfilling and meaningful ways. And lastly, the most important habit is being aware, because nothing is going to work if you don't become aware of your habit and don't really want to change. Without the desire to change, without realizing why it's so important to you, nothing is going to change. You will get into the same old habits and the loop will be continued. So be aware of your habit and act accordingly to change. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you are looking for ways to spend your free time more meaningfully while cutting down your screen time, then you may like this video on 5 self-care activities I do instead of mindless scrolling. You can watch it here once it's published, and I will see you in the next one.